وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. يروي الإمامان البخاري ومسلم كل في صحيحه عن أبي موسى الأشعري رضي الله عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. The hadith tonight collection both Imam Bukhari and Muslim narrate to us by Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. And this is still within the theme of holding fast to the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the teachings of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. We're going to narrate a couple of more hadith on this topic. The reason that I'm doing this, there's a lot of other things I could talk about, is just a reminder that the attitude has to be correct in order for things to work out. The attitude towards what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us also has to be right. It's not just enough for us to be Muslims. We have to have the right attitude about being Muslim. You have to truly see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us the most valuable, the most precious thing in the universe, which is His word subhanahu wa ta'ala and the teaching of His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That has to be how we see it. And if we see it that way, then definitely the way that we'll deal with it is going to be on a much more serious level. The note that we will be on will be of complete adherence and commitment. And that's not how we see it. And it's more of you're born Muslim. It seems to be better than other ways, and then it's more of it turns into more of a culture, just maybe a secondary thought, something that when you're doing well you turn to, or when you're doing the opposite you turn to. But that's really not how this is supposed to be. The moment you realize La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah is the truth, and that book is His word subhanahu wa ta'ala, you hold on with everything that you've got. And the hadith tonight is a really nice one. The Prophet alayhi sallam gives us simile. This is what he says alayhi sallam. Inna mathala ma ba'athani Allahu bihi من العلم والهدى كمثل غيث أصابت أرضا. He says, indeed, the example of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me or sent me with in terms of knowledge and guidance, and he used those two phrases, in terms of knowledge and guidance, because there's two things. He gave us knowledge, alayhi salatu wasalam, he told us what is and what isn't, and he also gave us guidance how to achieve what we want to achieve. The example that he's giving is similar to rain meeting the earth. أصابت أرضا فكانت منها طائفة طيبة نقية قبلت الماء فأنبتت الكلأ والعشب الكثير. The example is that rain hits the earth, and then the earth will respond in one of three ways to this rain, and it's similar to what people do when the Prophet ﷺ grants them or gives them the message. The first group is like the earth that is pure and the earth that is rich. It accepts the water, and then it actually puts forward a lot of green. الكلأ والعشب الكثير, something for humans to eat from and something for other creations to benefit from. وكان منها أجادب أمسكت الماء فنفع الله الناس بها فشربوا وسقوا وزرعوا وفي رواية ورعوا. And then there's another type of land. The water hits it and it holds on to the water. It doesn't grow anything, but that water is held on to, and then people later on benefit from that water. They drink, and then they use it to grow their own crops and to feed their animals. وأصابت منها طائفة أخرى إنما هي قيعان لا تمسك ماء ولا تنبت كلأ. And then there's a third type of land. The water hits it. It doesn't hold on to the water. It doesn't grow anything. Neither is it holding on to the water for people to benefit from later, nor is it actually producing anything people can benefit from. قال فمثل من فقه في دين الله ونفعه الله بما بعثني به فعلم وعلم ومثل من لم يرفع بذلك رأسا ولم يقبل هدى الله الذي أرسلت به. These examples are the examples of those who learned the guidance and the knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent. They took it, they benefited from it, they learned and they taught others. And the example of those who did not لم يرفع بذلك رأسا, didn't even bother themselves to actually raise their head and listen to it. Didn't even bother themselves maybe to turn their head around and take a look of what's being said or pay attention to it. And they did not accept the guidance that Allah sent me with. So the Prophet ﷺ is saying there's three types of people. Those who are given this guidance and this knowledge, they take it and they process it and they actually produce something beautiful from it. Meaning they learn it and they take it for themselves and they're able to take all that knowledge and that guidance and produce something that is beautiful that people can benefit from during their lives. And others won't be able to. They'll take it, but they don't really have the capacity to do all that. So they just make sure that they hand it down to the next generation. So the water is there. They don't know how to process it. They don't know how to benefit too much from it. They don't know how to make it into something beautiful. But at least they held on to it and passed it down maybe to their kids. And then their kids hopefully will do something good with it. And then there's those who don't take it, don't accept it at all, don't hold on to it, don't produce anything beautiful with it, and are completely lost. There's only three types of people. When you're given this, the example he's giving, alayhi salatu wasalam, this is the knowledge and the Hudى. The example he gave is water. Is water. Without water, nothing lives. Water is that secret ingredient, right? It's that magic potion that allows life to exist. Take it for granted, obviously, not for very long, unfortunately, not for too much longer. But still, when we look at water, we look at it as something normal. It's not. Water is that secret magic potion. It's what allows life to exist. So when the Prophet ﷺ gave the simile, gave the example of what Islam and what the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the teachings of Allah actually is, he said it's like water. And then you are, which we are, we're from the soil of the earth. The simile is not that off. Like it's not that far away because you and I are from the soil of the earth. Who knows? The earth that water hit could be made of the graves of people who died a long time ago. Probably is. There's probably a couple of graves, probably remnants of people who used to live here a long time ago. So it's not that off. And we're soil of the earth. And when that water comes to us, either we are able to take it, fully embrace it, process it within ourselves and allow it to produce the beauty and the life that is there to produce. And if we can't do that, at least maybe we can hand it down. Make sure that water it didn't do much for us, but hopefully do something for someone else. But then nothing. You don't hold the water. You don't produce nothing. You have, it's it. Let's just run through you to somewhere else. What a loss. What a loss. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting the Prophet ﷺ's bi'athah was in the middle of the desert? It was in that type of land. That land that you send water to, it does nothing. Doesn't hold on to the water, doesn't produce any fruit, nothing. It just lets it go. In the midst of all that in the midst of this desert that was not, this land that was not able to hold on to the khair, was not able to produce any beauty or hand it over to the next generation, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and those with him were able to find their way. And if water didn't do it, then the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did it. If the water in that land wasn't able to produce what it was supposed, what it could, because the land wasn't a bit, but the people were. The people were able to actually take that, embrace it, and make something beautiful of it. And that's what He gives you, subhanahu wa ta'ala, every day. He gives you that water, that live or don't. It's up to us. يروي الإمامان البخاري ومسلم كل في صحيحه عن أبي موسى الأشعري رضي الله عنه قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن مثل ما بعثني الله به من الهدى والعلم كمثل غيث أصاب أرضا فكان منها طائفة طيبة نقية قبلت الماء وأنبتت الكلأ والعشب الكثير وكان منها أجادب أمسكت الماء فنفع الله بها الناس فشربوا وسقوا وزرعوا ورعوا وأصاب منها طائفة أخرى إنما هي قيعان لا تمسك ماء ولا تنبت كلأ فمثل من فقه في دين الله ونفعه الله بما بعثني به فعلم وعلم ومثل من لم يرفع بذلك رأسا ولم يقبل هدى الله الذي أرسلت به صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيكم